It's not that I don't want you here. Yeah. It's something about the way you stare into my eyes. I know that I don't make things clear. No. I fall for you every time I try to resist you. We can get away. Palm trees, beach views, ordinary day. All I wanna hear is in that visions of regret. Sit right next to you. You. I try not to show how I feel about you. You wish you away, but we don't really want to. I just wanna get away and sit right next to you. You. I don't wanna kiss you. Yeah, I just wanna feel you. Feel you. I want you around, around. I want you around, around. I want you around, around. I want you around, around, around. Come through, I think I need you here. I swear it's hard to keep these feelings to myself. Now you're the one I'm thinking of. Good morning, Freedom Family. Happy Saturday, or morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are. Happy Saturday. We just had a phenomenal Q&A session for the traders, and we're now going to embark on our opportunity blitz. We have 3 opportunity Zooms today at 12 o'clock, 5 o'clock, and again at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We do this every single day to support all of the movement that we're having all around the world, so you can have a viable place to share our business opportunity. So we'll get started in about another minute or so. Make sure you reach out to each and every one you can. You have one last opportunity to get them on this Zoom so we can share the transfer of wealth that is happening here with Epic Trading International. So send out that last minute text message, phone call, email, smoke signal, whatever you got to do. We don't want anyone to miss the wealth transfer. We want you around for it. We'll get started here in about another minute or so.
I'm feeling like snow on a hot day. You know what I'm saying? I'm feeling fabulous, fantastic, big. You know, I'm smiling. You know, I'm singing like the birds. I'm up early to get the worm. You feel me? Slicker than a perm. Too clean. And don't stand next to me if you ain't got it.
It's not that I don't want you here. It's something about the way you stare into my eyes. I know that I don't make things clear. I fall for you every time I try to resist you. We can get away. Palm trees, beach views, ordinary day. All I wanna hear is in that visions of replay. Sit right next to you. You. I try not to show how I feel about you. You wish you away, but we don't really want to. I just wanna get away and sit right next to you. You. I don't wanna kiss you. Yeah, I just wanna feel you. Feel you. I want you around, around. I want you around, around. I want you around, around. I want you around, around, around.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, family. I want you around for the wealth transfer. So let's get right into it.
I appreciate each and every one of you for being on. Let me make sure we have some guests on the line. Looks like we're all family members. Want to make sure that I do two things. One, I like to do questions and answers when we just don't have any guests and we're all family members. Sometimes that is of high value to people who are brand new. And also, being able to get questions answered that they may be having some issues with. So I love the Q&A format. But when we have guests on the line, of course, we have to honor the guest and give them a quality presentation. So if you're a guest, please raise your hand. Click on the hand raise, or let me just, I'm going to unmute everybody. How about that? And you can let me know if you're a guest. So let's look at the names. We have Allison, Amanda, Arona. How's everybody doing this morning? Derek Taylor, Felicia, Josiah, and Lisa Massengill. Are any of you guys guests? Make sure we have guests. If we don't have any guests, I'll open up for Q&A, allow you guys to get some questions answered while we have some time together. And if we have guests on the line, I will be happy to do an overview so you can see what the wealth transfer here at Epic is all about. Any guests on the line with us so we can go ahead into the presentation? Is any one of you guys a guest? It looks like we're all family members, so just want to make sure you guys can unmute yourselves. I guess if I allowed you to, hang on, I just turned on the unmute button. So anybody any guests here today? Okay, well, no guests, so do this for me then. Let's go ahead and open up for Q&A. Any questions or concerns that you guys may be having? I'll be happy to address any questions until we get guests on the line. If we don't get any guests, then we'll jump off and be ready for our 5 p.m. and our 9 p.m. opportunity Zooms loaded up with guests, and we'll be here to support your efforts and do a quality presentation. Any questions or concerns for me?
Well, I had a quick question, if I could.
Please do. Go right ahead. Who's that?
This is Josiah. Good morning or good afternoon, everybody.
How you doing, sir? Where you calling in from, Josiah?
We are up here in northwestern Pennsylvania, right along the Rust Belt.
Awesome. Okay. Well, welcome to the family. What's your question?
Thank you. And it's great to be here. I'm really glad I just got to start less than 24 hours ago, and it's already getting exciting, man. I love digging into the videos. So real quick question, obviously, this is the time that we need to, focus our energy on getting all of our prospects to show up. So I'm sure like everybody else, I'm loading my calendar up. I'm getting the notifications going. I got the URL for the Zoom embedded right in there. So it just pops right up on my screen. I click it and boom, the Zoom opens up. Just to be absolute sure, I wanted to, make sure I had it in here right. So we're talking about noon. We have our Epic Trading Opportunity meeting that we're having right now, 7 days a week.
That is correct.
All right. And the same pretty much for 5 p.m.
Yes, sir. So the schedule is, and I'm pulling up our Facebook group. It's called Millionaire March. If you're not in the Facebook group, just go to Millionaire March and do, a request to join that group, Millionaire March. And the banner looks like this: get 3, get free, financially retire everyone early. So in here is where I share all of the events that we do as a team. There you go. I just seen you come in. Good stuff, Josiah. Let me approve that. There you go.
Proactive.
So yep, you're already in. So what we do here is just list all the things that are going on, right? So we have a place of communication. Here's our question and answer session we do every Saturday morning. This is the Zoom ID on that flyer. We do this every Saturday to support the traders, right? People who want to trade, have questions about trading, maybe questions about getting set up trading, from a brand new person who doesn't even know what a trading pair is, a currency pair, or even for the expert, traders who maybe have some more in-depth questions. That's happening every Saturday to support the traders, 11 a.m. The opportunity overviews are done on a daily basis, like you just mentioned, Josiah, on a daily basis. We do this every single day. On Saturday and Sunday, it's 3 times a day. We call it our blitz, right? So it's 12 noon Eastern, 5 p.m. Eastern, and 9 p.m. Eastern on Saturday and Sunday. The Zoom link is the one we're on right now, 777-434-6287. That happens every day, 3 times on Saturday and Sunday, 12, 5, and 9. And then we have Monday through Friday, which eliminates the 5 p.m., right? So Monday through Friday is just noon Eastern and 9 p.m. Eastern, but it is 7 days a week to make sure that everyone has opportunity to share the business opportunity on a daily basis in a live format.
Okay. Nice.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Welcome aboard. Like I said, what other questions did you have?
That was the first one, but I guarantee I can cook a few more up.
Well, that's what this is for. So when we don't have guests, we like to open up for the family, right? To answer any questions or concerns. And some people may be stuck somewhere. So we always want to be able to lend a helping hand. Of course, if we have guests on the line, we don't have time to do the Q&A necessarily. We want to honor our guests' time with us and give them a quality presentation as quickly as possible. So we don't have any guests today, or at least not now on our noon call, which noon generally doesn't get a lot of guests. People are working and things of that nature, but I do like to open up for Q&A. So go right ahead, whatever questions you have.
Okay. So, I'm sure in this industry, a lot of us know that we're going to find a lot of our clients, potential clients anyway, on social media. Me personally, my 99% of my focus right there on Facebook. I know you and Amanda, my sponsor, have been really, really, going hard and doing great things just in the short period of time you've been here. Did you guys use social media? And when you did, how did you break the ice? I know we all like to start with friends and, past affiliates that we worked with in other companies in the past. But, what was the usual icebreaker that you used when first coming to people to introduce them to this amazing company? For past friends that were affiliates and then past people that probably have never been in network marketing. How'd you go about breaking that ice?
Great question, Josiah. And generally, when there's a warm market contact, you can have, it's really much easier to have some dialogue, right? Because there's a level of trust. They know you, right? So they can somewhat trust you as not being a scammer or someone who, is some stranger trying to manipulate them, which you could get a lot of that. I'm sure everyone here gets that on social media. So warm market is really easy. It's just a transition. And what I like to do, Josiah, is I like to get people's opinion, because one thing about human nature, we're nosy. We love to give our feedback. We always want to tell how we feel about something. And so when you allow people the opportunity to just share their opinion and not come to them with an opportunity, it usually lets down a barrier, right? Because when you come to people with an opportunity, they put up a wall right away. It's like, oh, here's one of those deals, right? Here comes the pyramid, or the product or service that you're trying to push off on me, whatever that might be. We know the network marketing space has tons of that. So the easiest way that I've gotten people to evaluate our project is to ask for their opinion. Hey, I would do it with you, Josiah. How you been? All the pleasantries, right? Catching up. And then I would say, hey, listen, I've launched one of the biggest projects of my life. I want your feedback and your honest opinion. Do you mind giving me your opinion on something? Nice. And then I would shoot them a video, right? Recorded video of the opportunity, or have them join one of our live Zoom sessions. And that, again, allows you to have dialogue after they've seen it, because you want not them to join or not them to buy, but to give you their opinion. And the reason I like to do that, not only does it take down the wall of fear, right? What is he offering me or what is he trying to sell me? When you ask for their opinion, it automatically inputs a response, right? So if I ask for your opinion, that means I have to follow up with you to
Mhm.
see what your opinion was, right? And so you're laying the groundwork for the follow up. And you know, in this industry, the fortune is in the follow up. So if you don't follow up, you miss out on opportunity left and right. But you're planting the seed for follow up in the fact that you're asking for their opinion. So Josiah, listen, I'm launching the biggest project of my life. I
Mhm.
would love to get your opinion on it. Would you have some time to evaluate and give me your feedback?
That's
And
great.
then wait on your response. You say, sure, I'd be happy to give you my feedback, right? And so great. I'm gonna shoot you a video, I'm gonna shoot you a Zoom link, and I'll follow up afterwards to see exactly what your feelings were about it. Now, here's the response. Hey, I didn't like what I saw. Okay, great. You know, I appreciate you looking at it.
Mhm.
First and foremost, whatever reason they didn't like is fine. We just want to, of course, keep it very professional. Say, great, listen, I appreciate you evaluating that. And tell me this, if it's not for you, right? Who do you know that might be interested in learning how to trade? Who do you know that might be looking for an additional stream of income in these uncertain times, right? Because there's a lot going on in people's minds right now about income and adding additional income or replacing income that's lost. So that is a great phrase as well. Say, who do you know, right? Because when people aren't interested, we don't try to go into convince mode. We want to, at that point, we're redirecting our efforts. So what I like to do when someone says they're not interested, I always want to keep the door open. So if you said, nah, that's not for me, I would say, great, Josiah, I still appreciate you looking at it because you didn't have to. And I certainly appreciate that. I'll ask you this though, who do you know that might be interested in learning how to trade or an extra stream of income? And they say, well, I don't know anybody. It's not for anybody that I know. Great. Listen, I still appreciate you, Josiah, looking at it. And I can appreciate the fact that you don't know anybody that would be interested either. So either way, I appreciate your time. Last thing I'll ask you, Josiah, before we go, is it okay? Because I'm excited and I'm gonna do my best to light the scoreboard up with this thing.
Mhm.
Is it okay if I keep you informed as to how it's going, maybe every few months? And then when they leave the door open to keeping them informed, now you got to go to work, right? You got to have something to say 3 months from now when you follow up, right? You got to say, hey,
Right.
listen, remember that project? When I follow up in 3 months, I'll say, hey, Josiah, listen, I remember you said it was okay for me to follow up, right? So
Mhm.
you've already laid the foundation to follow up again, and 3 months later, you're at 2 levels higher, right? You're at founder 1,000, and you say, hey, listen, I just wanted to let you know how I'm progressing because I've created an extra $1,000 in residual income, and I've learned how to mark up my own charts trading. So it's been going great. I just wanted to follow up with you because I said I would and see where you are now. Maybe things have changed, or maybe you might be a little bit more interested now that I have some results.
Mhm.
And again, it always leaves the door open when you ask people when they're not interested, hey, do you mind if I keep you informed? Or who do you know that might be looking, even though you're not? So those are some of the tricks of the trade that I use.
That's nice. That's nice. Yeah. So, obviously, we want to thank them for the time and checking it out. That's going to build good rapport. Obviously, you're not going to seem pushy. People don't like to be sold to; they like to buy. So,
Exactly.
absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. See what kind of other prospects, other people they might know that's interested. I mean, word of mouth marketing is still the number one method of marketing. So, and then the follow up, that was genius. That I can't even say that that was one of the ones in my arsenal. Can I update you every few months? That got wrote down. So very nice, very nice. Do you spend a lot of time reaching out to the cold market? What's the ratio from warm market to cold market that you reach out to?
So in my banking career, our sales cycle for non-customers, right,
Mhm.
was 18 months. So imagine building a relationship over 18 months with somebody that you haven't even got any business from yet, right? Most people would give up on that. When you're trained in the sales world, right? You realize that sales cycles can be that long, if not even longer, especially when you're talking about banking relationships that could go into the thousands, even millions of dollars.
Okay.
So in this industry, it's just exactly the same, but it's not an 18-month sales cycle, because if it's cold market on social media, you still got to develop some trust, right?
Right.
And how you do that is um, basically connecting with people.
Mhm.
And it is not an easy thing to do cold market, but you'd have access to 2 billion people. So if you're someone who
Yes.
doesn't mind going through the numbers,
Mhm.
you'll probably get one. Let me just gonna give you some round numbers. 1 out of 10 who will engage with you, right? So 10 strangers I send a message to today, say, hey, how you doing? My name is Dion, right? And I do that 10 times. I'll get 1 or 2 out of 10 to even engage with me. Now, out of every two, right? If out of 10, so say if I did 100, that means I got 20 people who at least engaged and had a discussion. Out of the 20, I will probably get again another ratio of 1 out of 10. So out of the 20, I'll get 1 or 2 that is willing to look at my business project. So cold market, it's a lot longer sales cycle than warm market, as you would already expect and know, but it is absolutely possible. And I'm doing a lot of that on LinkedIn, not so much as
Mhm.
Facebook. Even though Facebook has more people, I think LinkedIn are more people who are, you know, opportunistic, looking for opportunities, as opposed to Facebook just has a bunch of people who are socially gathering for the
Great.
most part.
Great.
There's a
Mhm.
lots of business stuff going on Facebook, but you have to sift and sort through the minutia much more than you do on LinkedIn.
Okay. Nice. Okay. And so that's not bad. That's pretty honest numbers, you could tell. 1 out of 100, that's still uh pretty good ratio, in my opinion. Um, so obviously, cool market, we got to master the art of the word no. Everybody has to get to that point to where you're just okay and getting it. And every no you get, you're closer to that next yes. If you would, I'm sure you've probably spent time reaching out to 10,000 people just this year. What are some of the common responses that you get when reaching out to people? And how do you rebuttal a few of them? Obviously, we don't want to just take the no and leave it at that. We would like to maybe ask a question and see if there's anything we can put their mind at ease with. So what are some of the common responses you get? Maybe top three of what people say.
Well, for the novice, right, the non-networker, you're gonna get, is that one of those pyramids? Okay. And that's very common in network marketing, because the people who haven't gotten involved or maybe heard of pyramid schemes are actually very reluctant. Let's just say that, right? Some of them are extremely negative towards network marketing. So in that regard, the pyramid question comes up. And what I do is I like to educate. So what generally, when someone says that to me, it means to me that they don't understand business models and structure, organizational structure. Maybe because of, they just weren't educated on it. So I take the opportunity to educate them. Whether or not they're going to look at my opportunity, I always take the time, because I love the industry of direct sales and network marketing and what it's done for me and countless of my friends. I love to educate people who aren't informed or maybe misinformed. So I'll have that dialogue. A pyramid scheme is illegal, right? I'll make that right up front. A pyramid scam or scheme is illegal. And what makes it illegal, 99 out of 100 times, is they don't have a product
Mhm.
or a service that can be moved to the consumer and they get a benefit from that product or service. That makes it illegal if you're only pooling money to pay the old joiners with the new joiners' money. That's what makes an illegal pyramid, when new money pays the old money and there's no product or service being delivered to the customer. So
Right.
I love to educate in that regard. Then I take it one step further and say, now, do you have a job? Most people would say yes. I said, great. Is there only one CEO at the top? They will say yes. Okay, great. Well, he has an executive board that is right beneath him. And beneath that executive board is middle management. Then there's lower management. And then there's all the employees. I don't know where you fit in that pyramid, but everything is
Right.
pyramid in structure when you're talking about organizations. All home-based businesses and network marketing is a structure for business, and every business is pyramid in structure, starts at the top and works its way down through the organization. Now, it's not just business. Guess what? How many pastors do you have at your church? Just one pastor, right? But he has an associate board,
Mhm.
pastors, then he has deacons, and then there's the congregation, which is the largest part of the body, right? But it starts with who? The pastor at the top, or maybe Jesus or
Right.
Muhammad or whatever your faith is, right? That person at the top. It's still a pyramid in structure. Let's go to the military, right? You have five-star generals at the top, and it works its way down the same exact way. So first of all, a pyramid and a triangle is the strongest structure known to man, and is in business and in organizational structures, it's in everything. But what makes one illegal is when you don't have a product or service, and that's definitely not us. We have a corporate legal team, like not just an attorney, but an entire legal team to make sure we're compliant and we keep our business safe for the long term, as well as all of our affiliates that work with us. And then I'm done, right? I don't go into you still need to join us and all that. I just like to educate them. And from a professional perspective, they understand I know what I'm talking about. And I'm not just trying to sell a product or get them to join something. I will usually cut it off after that because I don't go into convince mode ever. But I still take the opportunity to make sure they're informed, because obviously they've been misinformed or just don't know. Now, the second one would be $99. Where do I got to pay 90? Is that every month? Right. And so the comeback to that is usually, in my case, you're spending $99 on things that don't return any value back to you. Let's look at your cable bill. Let's look at your cell phone bill. Let's look at the $100 gym shoes and blue jeans that you buy your children, right? Let's look at other habits that we have that don't help us. Sometimes they hurt us, yet we spend that money religiously. So for a $3 a day business opportunity, I think you're discounting the value that you get from that 99, because it allows you to participate in a $1 trillion industry. So would you spend 99 a month to play on a $1 trillion playground with the opportunity to make unlimited income is the question, right? So the two main ones I get for the novice is it a pyramid? The second one is the $99 every month, right? And of course, I show the value proposition when I share the business opportunity. I can't give you the value proposition of the 99 if you don't see that we have 15, 6, 7, and 8-figure traders that are our coaches. I can't show you that if you don't see the university, the live sessions, and the signals, right? If you don't know that all of those things are there, then it is a $99 bill. But when you look at the multi-million dollar system we have and you get access to that for $99, it is literally the greatest value in the marketplace. But they have to be shown the value in a presentation. And then I guess the third person, I guess what would be the third rejection I get? Um,
I got to talk to my wife. That's usually the
ah,
one I hear a lot.
great. Yeah, that's a good one. And what I always say is, if you found a great opportunity, right? Would you take advantage of it and then talk to your wife, or would you talk to your wife and possibly miss out on the great opportunity before you talk to her, right? Because if she knew the value of something the same way you did, she probably would agree with you that is an opportunity. But you really can't get in the middle of those spousal things, right? Because people use that as a sometimes they use it as an excuse, but it is very valid that, a house divided shall fall. So you definitely want to get buy-in from the wife. Now, one great way to transition that is, okay, great. When would you like me to jump on a Zoom and share the information with her? And here's why I say that, Josiah, because you don't have a full understanding of it. It would water down this opportunity if you tried to explain something to your wife that you really didn't get for yourself,
Right,
and
right.
then she loses the value of the opportunity by not having a quality presentation. So would you mind if I got on a Zoom, or maybe she joined our Zoom, and that way she can get the full information, and then you guys can have some dialogue, as opposed to you trying to explain something that you don't know that much about.
Awesome, awesome. I know, and here's a funny one for people that haven't tried it. When I gotten that response in the past, sometimes when they'll say, "Oh, I got to talk to my wife about it," I say, "Well, what I mean, two's great, three's a crowd. Go ahead and pop your speaker on. We can all talk to it right now." You'd be surprised how many people actually have their wife sitting right next to them, and they actually do it. It's pretty funny, but yeah, I mean, that's the best thing. Hey, what time do you got to get back in touch? A lot of time people say I don't know, so usually try to give them a couple different times. I say, well, I'm free
Mhm.
tonight, or if you'd like, we can get in touch tomorrow afternoon. Which one would be better for you? Now it's easier for them to give you an answer other than fiddle around with I don't know. They could just have to pick one to get away from the situation if that's how they're feeling. So man, that's great. Yeah, that's good stuff. And you know, um, with a lot of this stuff, this is especially how you explain the pyramid. That's genius. I wrote every bit of that down. Churches are pyramids, militaries pyramids. Everything, usually has a leadership structure to it. If it fits into society anymore. Usually when you got their attention in that route, and you gave them just a moment of clarity to kind of think about what you said, what's the when they say, okay, what's your product and service? Do you have like maybe a 1 minute answer to give them to get them to the webinar, a 30-second, a 5 minute? What do you say to them? Say, okay, we're a Forex company, revolutionary. What is your answer to that? What is your product and service to get them to that next step, that three-way call, that Zoom webinar?
That is a great question. In fact, if someone asks, what is it all about? Generally, what I would say is, I would do you a disservice, Josiah, if I told you about something that you needed to see. So it would be much better if I had you on a Zoom so you can see it and not just hear it. Does that make sense?
Oh my lord.
Most people say yes, right? And so I try not to explain it until I can show it. Now, in that vein, though, right? If they say, "What is it all about?" I need to understand, and before I see it, I say, "Great. Well, what we have in my mind is a wealth academy, teaching people the principles of developing wealth, and we have some amazing tools so people can earn while they learn." And I would love to let you see what the tools are on one of our live Zooms. So again, you can see it and not just hear it. Because me explaining something that you need to see visually doesn't give the value proposition that you need to understand.
Wow.
In a long story short, though, we're creating an academy of wealth, teaching people the skill of trading, and we have um,
copywritten tools that no one else can have anywhere in the world that allows people to earn money while they're learning this skill set. And that would probably be the most I would talk about until they actually saw it.
Okay, I know I got one more, but I gotta say, man, this training is freaking ridiculous. You should be charging a lot of money just to be here right now.
Well, someone just asked in the chat that was it recorded. It's Stephanie. Yes, Stephanie. It Ethan has actually set this up to record automatically. So what I will do when we're done, I'll just record it to the YouTube page, DR Money Coach. And guys, so you may not know this, but I'm gonna share it with you real quick. On YouTube, we have a host of testimonials that you can use to your advantage, right? Because they're documented stories of people who are having success in Epic, whether it be trading or whether they be moving up in rank from founder to founder 500 to founder 1000. And you have so many different diverse backgrounds. So I interview everyone who hits founder 500, and we also do our trading Q&As. So all of this stuff is on here for you to use as documentation, right? Proof that it's working, not just for me, but other people all around the world. And you can use these videos for the proof of concept, right? And mirror match people, because a lot of times folks want to see someone like themselves having success before they believe they can have it themselves. So just so you know, I will upload this recording to my YouTube page, which is DR Money Coach. This is where we upload all these videos, and I'll have it up there sometime this afternoon.
That's awesome, man, and well, that's appreciated. Absolutely. Now, I might have to talk to you sometime in the background about possibly some licensing to your video. I like making videos. You'll probably see quite a few videos coming for me. But I'd like to take sources like this and clip them down, put some background music, and make a nice little 5-minute video they can show people, so you can get a whole bunch out of one. So maybe we can talk about the possibility of being able to license some of your videos so I can put some content together. That'd be pretty awesome. I of course would, share the finished product with everybody so they'd be able to use it. So that's something that I always do.
I love it. I love it. You're speaking a little bit above my pay grade when you talk about licensing. All I do is record videos and upload them, so
right.
you can educate me. I'm always open to learning, so I would
Sure,
love
yeah.
to do that,
Just
Josiah, because I'm sure clueless.
Sure. Oh, just permission to be able to like download them, to be able to use clips from them and kind of string them together into a singular video, maybe with some background music and some
You
image.
already got my permission, my brother. You had me.
Oh, wow. That's great, man. That's great. And, obviously anything I make, I upload, I make sure I get it to you over to Facebook so you can share it with
Perfect.
anybody, and anybody can download anything that I make. I always make that clear when I do. I love making videos. I love helping people make money. So I give it away for free.
Awesome. Well, you're in the right place because we are all of the same kindred spirit.
That's great, man. I knew I was with a family, once I got on that call with Anton yesterday. So back, I had another question, if I could. I keep coming up with good ones. You keep coming up with good answers, and you're just feeding me more questions.
Okay.
We definitely got a chance to talk about the kind of people that we're going to be talking to on social media. That's my big thing. The people I find them on social media. Like you said, there's over 2 billion people on Facebook, right? It's the third biggest website in the world. So when we're reaching out to these people, we obviously know that there's going to be some Forex people. If they had some success in a Forex company, they're probably going to be interested in taking a look at this too. You know what I mean? If it worked for them once, there's a good chance it could work again with the right company. So what are some of the other common industries that we could look into to possibly find those leads? I spend a little time in crypto. I have a good feeling that there's going to be people in the crypto industry that would be interested in taking a look at this. Maybe gold and silver. People like to add that to their portfolio. So what are some of the other industries that we can look into to try to find some leads that be interested in this Forex platform?
Well, you said it right there. People who are already investing, right? Many of them, you're gonna learn this as you move forward, that there are so many people buying stocks on apps now, like Robinhood and these different phone apps where people are buying stock through a broker right from their phone, and maybe not even a whole share, right? They're buying $3 or $10 or $12 of a share of Priceline or whatever, they see opportunity in. So there are so many people now that are investing. It's just ridiculous. So the investment community, first and foremost, regardless of what the asset class is, and the reason that's going to be a great pool to fish from is because most of them, like 90% of them, are novices. They don't even understand the principles of trading, of investing, let alone trading, right? They just know that they got an app on their phone that they can buy these big name stocks with now. And so many people are talking about it. The Dow Jones is at an all-time record high. So this is in the news and people are hearing about it and they're getting engaged and actively involved, but they don't have a coach. They don't have a platform for a foundation of education, right? And that's what we offer. So first and foremost, yeah, you're going to be talking about the investment community, the home business community, because the home-based business community is clamoring for something like this. People are burned out on weight loss products and milkshakes, and all the products that you got to push on people and keep in your stored up in your garage, right? And
Right.
so most people have already done that and they don't want to do it anymore. And yet we have something that people can snatch money right out of thin air from their cell phone, laptop, or tablet. The network marketing home-based business arena has never seen anything quite like this product because it doesn't require products to be sold or salesmanship in general. It is truly a skill and that they can learn and master and keep for life and still make 6 and 7 figures without team building and network marketing and recruiting, which is music to most people's ears in the home-based space. Because again, not only are they burned out on the products, they're also burned out on selling, convincing, and recruiting. So yeah, man, the world is your oyster, as they say, because I don't think we have this product can appeal to everyone, just about everybody, especially those who are looking for ways to grow their money.
Nice. Okay, and I could definitely back that up. I remember the very second company I ever got into, probably back in 2015, 2016. I had to go weight loss coffee. Why? I don't know. I don't give a dang about weight loss coffee, but man, somebody talked me into it. I seen the vision, but man, $400 and I had a box the size of my dresser sitting in the corner of my house 4 days. And then I found a digital product 3 days after the package, and it sat there for months because I didn't do anything with it. So digital products definitely are the way to go over those ones that you have to warehouse products, physical products. If they have to send it back and get a refund, it becomes a big ordeal with your money, and what a mess. So yeah, definitely. And as far as social media platforms, I know we talked about Facebook, and what I like to refer to the Facebook of billionaires, LinkedIn. What other social media platforms do you find people, jumping on to find leads? I'm outbound, or I'm sorry, inbound rather. I like to make content and have people come to me. Then we obviously got to do our calls or warm calls, cold calls, and go outbound and or reach out to people like on Facebook and LinkedIn. But you got the stuff that my kids are on, this TikTok and obviously Instagram and Snapchat and on Twitter and all these things are still happening. What ones aside from Facebook and LinkedIn can you see people possibly finding some new prospects for this company?
The big ones have the most participants, right? So you got a much bigger pool to fish from when you talk of Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn. Those are the big boys.
Mhm.
And you're gonna have all different types of people on them as well.
Right.
I think the business for you people who are really looking to network and business, there's one called Alignable. ALIGNABLE, Alignable. Of course, YouTube, right? Because you're creating content, and there's always a way to get people attracted to you on YouTube.
Okay.
And I'm not a huge social media guy. I mostly, because I'm a dinosaur, right? I'm an old networker who's used to doing belly to belly coffee meetings and drawing circles on a napkin.
Right.
So I've come, light years ahead to try Facebook, LinkedIn, and things of that nature. And I found that there's so many tools and resources on these platforms that it can become a full-time job. Just learning how to draw traffic and things of that nature, and set up capture pages and all the cool things that you can do. So I don't get too heavily into it. I do participate on those platforms, but for me, all I do is just post, and try to make connections. I like other people's stuff and build some rapport and see, who I can build a relationship and start some dialogue with. But I don't think there's any one place that's better than the others, because it's all about, connecting with people. And
Nice.
Most people communicate, very few people connect. So the mastery is connecting to people, finding common ground to talk about or to connect on. So generally, what the novice and the rookie would do in trying to build relationships online is you go right into your opportunity. That's the fastest way to get blocked or ignored.
Absolutely.
And the best way is to connect, really find out what people are doing, what they enjoy, and then finding some common ground. Because I tell you, people don't care about what you have until they know you care about them, right? And the best way to do that is to find out what it is that their hot buttons are, what they're looking for, what they're inspired by, and then figure out a bridge for what you do to connect to what they're looking for and what they're inspired by, and some kind of way make common ground. The cold market folks that I'm connecting with generally is usually when I see that they have something and I have something that we can come together on, right? Maybe it's a cause or a movement, or something that they're passionate about, and I can tie in our opportunity to what they're passionate about, as opposed to me trying to bring them on board with my passion.
That's awesome. Oh man, this is gold. All right. And if anybody, please stop me if other people have a question. I don't want to keep anybody from being able to jump in here. I just, this is just kind of flowing for me right now.
I'm
So
gonna have to get off in about 5 more minutes. I got a 1:00 one private Zoom with a team as well, so I'm gonna have to jump off in a few minutes. But this is great dialogue. I'm glad we had it too, because I'll get to upload it since it's recorded.
oh yeah, it's definitely good. I'm going to be able to go back and clean up my notes and stuff too. So that's going to be really helpful. So all right, then I'll get out here with one last question, and see if I can convince you to put the work on for me. I'm a James Bond fan. Ever since I was a little kid, James Bond, MacGyver, Batman, they had the gadgets. That's one of the things that got me addicted to these kind of platforms and stuff. The tools, the gear. What's the chance I could talk you into showing us, the 5-minute version of the coolest, maybe 1 or 2 tools that we have at our disposal, being with Epic Trading?
You can get on at 1:00 in 13 minutes. Opportunity. This is our weekly corporate. This is our corporate trading training for team building. It's opportunity.epictrading.com. It's here in my URL right now. You can see it there. Opportunity.epictrading.com at 1 p.m. They do a training on the team building side of Epic every Saturday at 1 p.m. Eastern. So I would get on to that. And then the app. If you haven't downloaded the app yet, Josiah, it is by far one of the greatest tools I've seen in home-based businesses, because not only is it really a cool app, but it has some amazing features that does a lot of the drip marketing for you. Like it lets you know when they've watched the video and when you should follow up, and sends the videos right from the app so you can keep track of all the people you've exposed. So it's a really cool app. It's on the Apple and the Google Play Store, Epic Trading app.
Okay, excellent. Yeah, when I got to hear about it last night, probably 15 minutes after getting signed up with Amanda, I had that thing on my phone. I had to delete Facebook for it, but I took it. And that's not because it's a big app. If it fit on my phone, it's a tiny app, but it looks pretty amazing. I just have a crappy phone. So yeah, every Saturday, 1 p.m. I'm absolutely going to be there. I already got the link wrote down, and that's going on the calendar too. So yeah, this has been awesome. Wow. I haven't even been with the company 24 hours and I feel like I'm getting ready to take over.
Well, I'll confirm your takeover, sir. I look forward to watching your rise through the ranks, and whatever I can do to help, just let me know. Look forward to working with you.
I will, absolutely. Thank you so much. And hey, and everybody that made it to the Zoom, man. Thanks for dealing with me running my mouth for an hour. I appreciate it. I look forward to working with all of you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Anybody else have a quick question before we jump off?
No questions, D, but I appreciate it. I wanted to let him know that he didn't take too much time. He hit the points, and I'm glad that he's off to a great start. I mean, he doesn't understand how much information he just got. Like you said, it could be charged, and the price is like $1 million, right? One other thing I would tell you is that I was on the Zoom this morning. I think it was the Mindset Zoom with all of our wonderful Epic coaches. I think Max is going to load it in the back office. But if you want to check that out later today, it's amazing. I set up with my wife this morning, who's also in network marketing, and some jewels was dropped on there. I don't want to hold Dion up, but check out the mindset training that was on this morning. Coaches giving their testimony, where they came from, where they started, letting you know that it's possible. So check that out, and everybody have a great day.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
thanks. Thanks, DT. That was good stuff. Yeah, it was. They were, heartfelt, in tears, and it's part of the process. Like everyone has to go through their journey in their own space and time. We all got to walk our own path. So it was very powerful. I was able to get in on some of it as well. Those mindset Zooms, yes, anyone can come to the mindset Zooms, Josiah. They're done by the corporate staff on Saturday mornings as well. Unfortunately, it's around the same time we do our Q&A, which is for our traders. So, but there's so much content here with Epic. You got so much information and value that you could literally overload yourself. So you got to pace yourself, put a schedule together for what you need and when you need it, so you don't get too overwhelmed, because there's something going on all day, every day, pretty much, especially when you're talking about trading in the markets, because they never sleep. All right, guys, appreciate you all again. We'll be back on at 5 p.m. for opportunities. Load up your guests, 5 p.m. Eastern. We'll be doing another opportunity overview, and again at 9 p.m. tonight. So jump on now if you want to get some more quality training from our corporate staff, talking about sponsoring versus recruiting, right? And that's a huge, huge difference, where you actually give value when you properly sponsor people as opposed to just signing them up. And that's a great, great training going to happen here in about 5 minutes. So appreciate you all. Take care. Have a phenomenal rest of your day. And I'll get this uploaded to this YouTube page here shortly, guys. Have a great day. We'll see you back at 5 and again at 9. God bless.